Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Joe, that's good to hear. Yeah, cool. And thanks, Joe, for the super chat deal. It will go to my wife. She will give it to the kids more than likely, 9 times out of 10, unless something else comes up. And then the other deal, one where me and my wife bought the uniform deals for the soccer team here. They keep sending pictures. They've been winning. I'm gonna have to go to one of the soccer games now. Hey Tom, Nikki, how you doing? E.T. Kobus, I know you were probably gone already, right? Back to work and out of Thailand and back to home. Hey Robert, how you? James, how are you? Tommy J. And what else said? Hey, what's up? Was it a great intro, right, Richard? One of the best, man. One of the best. Glad you could make it by. And Chris, Mama Bear, how are you? Carl, Travel Dude, how are you? And Ranjan, how's it going? Um, but and I make sure, Richard, that I give you your due after each show, pretty much anyway. So anyway, my wife is probably watching. I don't know. As I had told you, she went in yesterday for a procedure, but she has to stay overnight. But I guess I don't know, last night or whatever, the her blood or blood pressure or something wasn't right, so they're not going to do it today. So she has to sit in the hospital all day. God bless her. But so hopefully they'll get that and she'll get back home Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm by myself. Well, got my mother and father-in-law here. So I don't think I'm ever alone. Lynette, how are you? Jay, how you doing? But yeah, so I don't know. She's I sent her a whole bunch of videos this morning of the dogs and of her flowers and all that kind of stuff. So she's in good spirits, as always. Thank you, Mama Bear. It's appreciated. Hey, Moonwa, how are you? Thank you very much. Yeah, she's a trooper, man. She's a trooper. But she'll be. I told her she should have went to the private hospital, but I don't know. She wanted to go there, so I don't know. Maybe the doctor didn't go there. I don't know. Sometimes I just say, it'd be much easier, get a private room, the whole deal. But nope. So that got done. And I sent her pictures of and video of the fish. The fish look phenomenal. In fact, I just ordered a 1,500 baht 3-stage filter, has carbon. All 3 of them take everything out of the water, and just for the pond, because I'm going. I keep on putting this off, and for 1,500 baht, for now anyway. I don't know how long it'll last. I don't even know if there's chlorine. I don't know if it's chloramine or chlorine. Sometimes I guess it's there. Sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not. But I don't want to take any chances, so I put that in. Hey Raymond, glad you could make it. So I ordered that this morning, so it'll be here. Maybe it'll be here by Friday. I don't know. Got some other stuff coming. Got that filter I told you. I ordered a filter. I'll do a whole video on on that and putting it in. But we also checked into, I don't think I have any. I gotta still figure out how to get the pictures off the damn phone. But there's a building that my wife found actually. We can only fit. I thought maybe it was a little bit bigger on the concrete, but the concrete pad's like a little bit over 3 meters, and I could fit. There's one of these buildings in particular um, is has the upper deck observation tower. I don't know what you want to call it, but and there's stairs on the end. So the actual building one that I think we're going to get is 3 meters by 4 meters, and it's actually 4.8 to the end because it's almost a meter wide of the stairs going up. So that should be plenty. And then I've kind of talked my wife, and I said I don't want to sound selfish or anything, but we can put one of those wall beds in there and stuff like that, and use it as if somebody comes to visit as an extra place for them to stay. Then add a little bathroom on the back. This particular one doesn't have a bathroom in it, as far as I know. I'm waiting for the people to get back to me, and it's pretty nice. I wish I could. If, let's see, where did she send it to me? Did she send it to me? If she sent it to me online, I might be able to pull it up. But anyway, it's kind of a neat looking building. It's if I'm remembering right, it's 140,000 baht. Ridiculously cheap. I mean, ridiculously cheap for people coming from the U.S. or the U.K. It's probably expensive to Thai people. Eyes are good. I don't know what the hell it was. I'll tell you what. Like I said, man, I pride myself on being able to handle a lot of pain, and that was pretty painful. Not as painful as when I blistered them, but it was weird because I didn't know. At least when I did it there, I kind of had in my mind years ago that I had done something to my eyes. So when the blistered popped and it felt like somebody had taped sandpaper to the inside of my eyelids, when I went down, and I almost went to the doctor, which is, for something like that. Like I said, I go to the doctor, something with my breathing or anything like that. I'm not shying away from it, but I hate going to the doctor. But so I knew then. This time I just didn't know what it was, and the only thing I could think of is some Thai chilies or whatever, or maybe something in whatever the juice that I was using at the barbecue. Maybe I'm allergic to it. I don't know. I've eaten it before, and it didn't do anything to me. So I don't know. But so I guess what do I have to decide and talk to my wife about? I think she might be watching. Is if we're going to do that first, then I have to take the temporary pond and put it in the front yard, which I'd rather do when I get the new filter, which will probably be here the end of this week, first part of next week. Then I could do it all at once, and then the filter I would put out there temporarily and plumb the water line into it out in the front, and then I wouldn't have to move that twice. And then there's an electrical box there that needs to be moved and some other stuff. But anyway, I kind of dig the building. I kind of like the idea that instead of getting this eyesore out of our bedroom and making our bedroom nice, it'd be nice to put a nice desk out there, get rid of this probably completely, or give it to the kids, the one I've got here, and get a nice desk and a bookshelf and something like, some nice stuff, and air conditioning, of course, and the bathroom in. So, and it kind of better because some of the ones with the bathroom were closer to 200, and they were a little bit bigger, and they wouldn't have fit actually. Now that I've measured everything, but so it gives me that idea. He can build it on the outside underneath the stairs. It's just going to be a simple little. I don't even know if I'm going to put a shower. I probably will, just in case it's going to be kind of like a guest house too. So I'll probably will put a shower in there. And I got to put a septic in too. So I don't know where Mitch is. He doesn't come around much anymore. He's having a good time, I guess. He's probably watching. He likes to lurk, I think. But he's having fun. So God bless him. But yeah, so I don't know. So that's pretty much that. I guess we're waited now because she's kind of under the weather type deal. I was going to have the cousin come back starting yesterday, but I think I'm going to maybe Thursday. That way she had him plant I still haven't went over there and done a short. Maybe as soon as I get done with this, I'll do it, of her side area over here with all her overhangs that he built. And she's got all her orchids and stuff hanging from there. And then the laundry area and all that stuff is pretty much done now. She's been over there and planted her roses, planted grapevines, and it looks pretty neat. I'll do a short on it. I know I say that, but hey, Aaron, how you doing? Glad you could make it. So I'll wait till then, and then I probably, maybe, depending on what's going to happen with the building deal, maybe I'll move the pond just to get ready for that. Slab's already there, so that should be a piece of cake. They just lift them with a crane. I saw them deliver a flatbed truck, or semi, and lift it off with a crane and set it down. But they haven't answered me, so which got me a little bit concerned. But maybe they're busy. I don't know. They did leave a number, so maybe I'll have my wife actually call the number and talk to them directly. But it'll be really nice. And I asked my wife, I said, everybody's saying this and that about that building. Am I being selfish by saying I want it? And she said, no, you're not. So she's good to me. So it'd be nice. Like I said, I can just right outside. Going to be overlooking the pond. And then that deck is pretty cool. So the deck is 3 meters by 4 meters. I'll probably have him get some steel up there and put a cover over half of it, so that you can either be out in the blaring sun or the moonshine, or under the cover during the day, and then maybe put some. We've been putting in over on her orchids and stuff. I put in the spray deals, so you just turn on the hose deal that's attached to it, and it sprays. A mister, I guess they are. Mister. Hey, Loretta, how are you? Glad you could make it. And I didn't read it. Let me read what Loretta. Hi, everyone. I think Mr. Mitch is big time now. Don't want to mess with this small prize anymore. Nah, that'll probably never happen. I think he's just relaxing, man. He went with them, everybody on that trip, which looked like fun as hell. And now I think he's just recuperating and taking it easy for a few days, and he'll pop up. Maybe I pissed him off. I don't know. No, I doubt that. I think he's just relaxing, taking a break. Everybody needs a break now and again, right? I know I did. I almost didn't do a live stream today. I was gonna put it off for a few days, and I might do that too, depending on what, because I want to get over to the hospital too, and just stick. She doesn't want me to. I know she doesn't want me to come, because there's a bunch of people in the government hospital, and she doesn't want me to get sick. She doesn't want her mom to come either, but her mom went. But I'll probably go over there unless she absolutely insists that I don't. I sent over a pair of earbuds because she's in with a room with like 4 or 5 people. And last night she has Netflix on the phone and stuff, but she didn't want to turn it on because there was too many people there. So I had a pair of earbuds for my Apple, and hers is an Apple. In fact, she's getting a new one. I think she's getting the 14 or whatever it is, $5 million or whatever they are. So she deserves it. She's going to pay for it. They got some kind of a thing where she pays so much, a month, which is awesome. And then we're going to give the other one to the oldest daughter, the 8. And I'm going to keep my 8 until it drops completely dead. It seems like the screen has got dead spots in it now, but I don't know. I still haven't figured out how to use this one. Away from the what? The road bikes, road bike trips. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's a man. I can't say enough good crap about my wife. Um, if I did, we'd have a 3 hour long deal of me rambling about what a great woman married me. God knows why. I don't. Maybe she's got a Santa Claus thing. I don't know. Could be. Could be. Uh, did I miss? I don't think I missed anything. No one's really asking any questions, right? But I did kind of correspond with Loretta too, and I have that. I'll do that short, and the whole top row of over there. She's probably got, I'm going to say 30, 40, 50 orchids over there hanging on there. They grow extremely well here. In fact, they grow. We even got some from the cousin in Ubon, and out in Ubon area, whatever, some area there, they've got a bunch of wild orchids that grow, and he picked them and sent them to us and stuff. So she's really into the plants. She's first thing she said when I took a video without her asking of the plants, and she was excited about that. She really misses her plants. She comes home from work after busting her rear all day long, and she'll spend an hour or more out in the yard just putzing around and replanting stuff, and whatever puts a smile on my wife's face, I'm all for, and whatever I got to do that, I'll do. Hey, Uncle Craig, how you doing? I just watched your video. Which one? I think it's the latest one. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Good channel, good guy. The one, what did you do? You didn't do a bunch. You pulled the fish trap up out of your pond and nothing in it. But I would think too. I think you had an epiphany there. If you're going to throw it out there for fish, you're going to have to put bait in it. I would imagine. Of course, you got some fish in the other one, but I think baiting it's a good idea. But thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Yeah, they are. Hey, the backyard when we get done with it is going to be a nice place. It's going to be. My wife will have plants all over the place. The only problem is we're just kind of, putting 10 pounds in a 5 pound sack. But we'll have the plunge pool, which if I don't know where um, Black Sheep is, but I measured part of it. I didn't finish measuring the whole thing, but there is enough room to make that plunge pool 3 by 5, and I thought it was only going to be like 4, so I get an extra meter on there. And when that's all done, and then I think I enclose this side where the pool equipment will be, the filtration will be, the 2 pumps, the well, and the tank or tanks will be there. I'm going to enclose that so you're not looking at it. And it's going to be a cramped deal, but if we have that building, it's going to be kind of cool because I'll put a barbecue up there. I'll have half of it covered. I'll probably put water and a drain up there for like a sink or something like that. So we can go up there and do a nice barbecue, maybe even a little built-in type deal with everything. Maybe a little refrigerator, maybe the whole thing. I don't know. It's all up there in my mind, bouncing around. But it'll be nice to be able to sit there. You'll be looking directly down on the pond. I redrew it, in fact, 3 times yesterday. I've got to make some changes in it today as far as the filtration. But the pond's going to be 11 by 13. It'll be almost a little over 7,000 gallons, which is perfect. I think I'm only going to put one drain in the center. I was going to put 2, and I don't think it's needed. And then it'll have moving bed, showers. It'll have everything. It should be top notch. And when it's done, then my wife will go crazy with the roses and the orchids and the everything. She'll have the whole backyard looking like a forest or something. I hope. I like that. And hopefully we'll get moving on it. Man, it rained. Was it yesterday that you went? I mean, poured. And usually, like right now, it's not. it'll rain all night, and maybe the wee hours of the morning, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It rained into like noon, and not just a little drizzle. It was pouring. So as much as I want to start on, well, if we lay out the dough for the building, that's going to put a damper on having the money to start the other stuff, because we're going to do that out of pocket. So, um, but as soon as I get maybe 60,000 ahead, then we'll start, and it'll probably be the end, November, whenever the rainy season stops, which I think is going to be about then. And we're still going to have tarps. It's still going to have the tarp cover it, I think. And then I'm going to put a cover, I think, there's going to be a cover both over the pond and over the pool. Pool's going to have a solid, solid cover over it, because I don't want to get the sun beaten down on me. The pond will have like a pergola type deal with that shade cloth on the top. Maybe take 60% of the sun off of it would be ideal, I think. And the fish are happy as hell. They're going crazy. We probably bought way too many fish, but that's okay. It was overcrowded. That's probably the biggest problem that people, when they start keeping koi, is they overpopulate. Like this pond here, if I had some big fish in there, probably maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 fish, and we're going to put in medium size and little ones in there. We'll probably have 100 of them in there. And it does, sometimes they get sick, but if it wasn't for my fault of not keeping my eye on the pond, they would have all been fine. And in that 2.5 years, we never had any problem. I didn't have any problem with bacteria, no infections, no ulcerations, no nothing. So I think if we can keep it that way, I like keeping the pH down a little bit. We'll see what happens with this concrete pond. I don't know exactly how to treat it yet. I'd like to paint it. I can't fiberglass it. I don't think. Maybe I should ask somebody, hey, can you fiberglass this thing? That would be awesome. If they could fiberglass it, that would be ideal. But it's too much money in the States to do that. But otherwise, I got to see if I can find some fish safe, paint that would seal everything. Otherwise, I just render it and do like they do in the Philippines, Thailand, and everything. And you take banana trees, cuttings down, leaves, everything, and throw them in there for 2-3 weeks until you see takes the chemicals out of the concrete. And once you start seeing organisms there, tadpoles and mosquito larvae and all that kind of stuff, then the water's safe, and you dump it all, clean it, scrub it down, fill it up, wash it down, fill it up, and we'll see what happens. I've never done it before, so I don't know. Let's see, who's this? Hey, how you doing? Glad you could come by. I appreciate it, Vlad. But yeah, so hopefully, that's it. I was going to try to put a window in it. That's like the thing that everybody's doing. But mostly, if you're going to be watching it, you're probably going to be up on the observation deck or my deck, and you'll be able to look right in. Because that side, I want to run a down the side of this house, I want to run a 3 or 4 inch drain all the way out to the street, and then I'm going to dump each one of these filters are going to be concrete 2x2 right alongside the pond, and then they'll have a 2-inch bottom drain in each one. And then I want to tie that into the 4-inch so I don't flood the backyard every time I clean the filters. So so I want them on that end. Could put them on the other side, but it'd be a pain in the rear. So it's not going to have a window. So looking at it from above, it'll be nice when it's done. And then if I can get somebody to build me a waterfall between the 2 towers on the end, that would be awesome. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're saying we finally got a little rain here, not enough. Yeah, you guys are having a drought, huh? I don't follow stuff too much anymore. Hi, it's me and Steve in Florida. How you doing, Steve? Um, Lana's dead. All weeds. Wow. Well, I know that it's been so long, but I know that you. I remember in the valley or when I was living in the states, they had at least where my mom was. I was up in the mountains, so they didn't bother too much. We were on a well anyway, but you could only water your lawns like on Monday. If you had they went by your address. If your address was odd, you watered your lawn on Thursdays and Tuesdays, and if you're even, you Monday and Wednesdays, and nothing on the weekend. And I don't know what they're doing in New York, but yeah, pain in the ass. That's why I'm glad I'm on a well, and I'm gonna get filtration for that. Like I said, I bought the filtration for the chlorine and everything that's going to be on the pond, and then I'll just check that, and they're easy. It's only like I don't know 400 or 500 baht for the 3 filters, and they're easy to change. Take like 10 minutes or something. So I'll see how long they last. That's the biggest another big mistake that people make is they put chlorine filters in and chloramine to take it out so they don't kill their fish, but they never check them. They could be dead in a week, could be dead in a month, it could be dead in a year. But I would check every week to make sure and see when it starts to creep up on a chlorine content. And it's easy. You just buy a chlorine deal or a pool. You can buy them for $200 on Lasada or something. If anybody's interested in putting in chlorine, I don't know if you guys. Am I boring everybody? Everybody asleep or what I want to figure out if I'm boring you. Morning to everyone. Just eating breakfast, chicken salad. Good for you, Tom. Tom's hit all the restaurants there. He frequents that area all the time. He goes around and he's out and he does a lot for his community. He's a good man. Thailand digital nomad. Let's see. What's Florida saying? Wish we were allowed to have big shit here. So many rules. Big backyard and can only have 100 square foot. Yeah, yeah. And you know what it is? Here in Thailand, if I did all this stuff and had put this into the city, or if you're in an area like where Tim is, they don't usually bother anybody, about anything, as long as you're not putting up a wood shack and having 30 people live in it. They might, and they probably still wouldn't say anything then. But it is nice to be able to do what you want. And once again, like I said, the only thing that I don't like about this is not having the property. If I could get one lot on either side, that would be perfect. Then I'd have a place for my wife to do all her plants and my mother-in-law, all her vegetables and everything. She'd be in heaven. And, you could have whatever over there. I don't know. Put a pond in there, probably tilapia. I still want to do that. Once I get done with this, and I'm hoping to be done by the first of the year. And then I've got to call my mother. She's not going to be happy, but I'm not going to go back to the States until after the first of the year. I had too much stuff. The passport's gone, and maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'm pushing it to try to get out, and stuff. And then it's going to be rolling into December. High part. I think I'm just going to wait till January. She probably won't be happy, but I can't make everybody happy all the time. Try to make my mother and my wife happy, keep them too going. But if that's the case, and we can get started on some of this other projects and get done by the end of the year, boy, I'd be ecstatic, And then they'll have the plunge pool, neck high, whatever that is. I'll put my wife in there. She doesn't want it any neck high on hers. Probably going to be 4 feet or something. So, and then 3x5, 2 steps. She wants jets, 4 jets down the one side, and then the filter and stuff. I'm just going to run I might run a salt deal. I don't know yet. Probably in the beginning, instead of laying out a bunch of money, I'll probably just put in a pump and a little sand filter. that I can back flush easily and be done with it, and then upgrade it as I go along. And then I want to put a shower on that end. If you guys aren't familiar, like with Joe's gift and Foreigner Joe, um, the end of his deal in his backyard, he's got a little corner of it, his building, the outside of his little building housing his stuff with his little observation deal up there. Um, I want to put a shower there, and I might even heat it. I'm a spoiled because right on the other side of the wall is the inside of the room, which isn't going to get wet or anything. So I could actually put the hot water heater in there. And the only reason I'm thinking about that is that the kids can wash the dog and stuff like that. And here in Surin, like we're going to start getting cool weather. I know the other day I looked down, I think it was 19 or 20 when I took her over there in the pouring rain. So it gets to them. My father-in-law was freezing, absolutely freezing. But they can still do that in the dogs and wash, whatever they want to do. And what's the big deal? I mean, the 2,500 baht for the hot water deal. So anyway, I've rambled. It's worse. They find you. They find you for everything. I get a fine for using water on the. Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it was in California. It's been years ago. It had to be over 5-6 years ago. I don't know. It may still be that way. I don't know. Thank God I don't care. As long as they're not, limiting me to here in Thailand, I'm okay. I'm a happy man. Did you see the home? Yeah, I sure did. Can you believe that? It's people. You just right there. If you're not, go watch that video. Is it you know, hey ma, look, I'm on top of the world. I've got the best house in Thailand. No. Is it a Thai style? Nice, has a bunch of potential, and if you rent it for 3 years or something, I imagine you might be able to get it cheaper. I don't know, but yep, I would put an air conditioner. I'm sure they will in the living room and in the other bedroom. But if you get a chance, go watch that video, and then like I said, I could give you cost of living every day. Joe could give you, Chuck could give you, James, everybody could give you these cost of livings. There, just go off of that. You can go someplace and get that's a two bedroom place with a gate and a little outside covered patio, a place to put your car, 195 US dollars. I mean, all you got to do is know that, well, internet's going to be 30, 40, water will be $10, electricity, depending on what I'm running, might be, $100, and then, okay, I'm at $500 now, and then your insurance and all that kind of stuff. You'll know. I mean, it's easy to kind of figure out. All you got to do is listen to people on how much they pay for internet, water, electricity, or your insurance and stuff like that, and we had talked about it before. I think 1,500, you can live here as a single person coming here, right there. I mean, I would say all your cost of living and everything, and your food and all, maybe $1,000 a month, maybe a little more. So you'll have like $200 or $300. Like I said, the best way to do that, if possible, is have enough money to buy your transportation here, or if you're in Bangkok or whatever you're at, you can use their system. But if you're in an outer area and you can ride two wheels, buy a scooter for $1,500, $2,000, and put 800,000 into a Thai bank here, and over 50 years old, and hit the ground running. It's just amazing. I never realized, like I said, we talked about it just the other day I think on the live stream, 2,000, 1,800 for a bachelor apartment in California. So if you got $1,600, $1,800 worth of your Social Security, well, that's done. Now what do you do? So the people that can make it on their Social Security, own their house, pretty much. And then I don't know how they, that's the one thing. Most of the people on Social Security need the money. They need money, and they give it to everybody else and everything, and they totally have left out senior citizens, completely. And they've went, cost of living last year, I think I got $17, or the year before, whatever it was, $17. Now they're going to go off the new system, and maybe it's going to work with 9-10% deal, but they're paying $6 a gallon for milk, just like everybody else. But the government has completely forgot about retirees, people on Social Security, completely. They didn't forget about them when they wanted to take the money out of there and do whatever they wanted to with it. But and then they completely forgot about it. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Glad you could make it. And now that Chris is here, can you hear me? How's the sound? I bug Chris about the sound all the time. Let's see. I pay $344 US for room, utilities, and internet. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like I said, people don't understand. Are you going to be able to come here on 1,500? Or, like I said, I'm going by the norm of the normal is like 1,600, 1,700. Is that enough money to pay for a retirement visa, or to get a retirement visa? No. It's a little bit under. You need 60, 65. Although I don't know, the exchange rate is pretty close now. What can somebody do? Let's see. What is 1,600 times 36.5? That's 58,000. So you're still shy. If you have a retirement, then you got no problem. But if you hit that and you were lucky enough to save some money and you could shove the 800 in there, you got no worries. And like I said, you're not gonna jump up and down and say I'm on top of the world, ma. But you'll have a very nice living. I could do it. I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, if I had a choice between living on the States and scratching to live, I'd rather be in Thailand scratching to live and swimming in the stuff behind me. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt in my mind. Close to the amenities, great location. Oh, nice neighbors. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that I know, Mitch went and looked at, like, I don't know, a whole bunch of condos in Jantiampate area. And I know that, I think that the one that he rented, and I don't know for sure, I think it was 18,000. And I think it was like on the 18th. Anyway, he had a great view and all that stuff. He only stayed there, I think, a month or two. But I think it was 18. So what is 18? 18 divided by 36. So it's $500. So, it depends on what you have. If you can, that's where I would want to live. But if not, Pachuap Kurikon and where they are in Joe's area, nice and quiet. It depends on what you want. If you want to go out and run around in the bars and boom, boom, boom until 4:00 in the morning, no. But me and what I want out of life, even here in Surin, nice and quiet, never really any problems. But I've been to Joe's a couple of times, and it's a nice area. Let's see. Peter, hey, Peter. Good morning, everyone. Happy days. Every day I wake up as a bonus. I hear that. In the morning, fix with Dave. Hey, I appreciate that too. Thanks for your bet. And I'll do it until I stop having fun. So, and that hasn't even got close to happening. And I keep making more and more friends. Hey, thanks for coming. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe to everybody on here. But like I've said a few times, great channel, family oriented, good channel. You'll enjoy it. Hey, Scott, how are you? Let's see. Oh, what did I press on? Apparently mine is expensive. I have a floor to myself, island sea views. Wow. Posted on a vid. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I got one box that's not checked on. How could Dave do his end of life and die happy? That isn't checked, and that's living by the ocean. Everything else is checked. My life, my wife, my family, everything here. Um, I couldn't have orchestrated it any better, no doubt. Let's see, did I miss anything? Hey, Bodo, how you doing? Here we go. When will a bear walk into Dave's room or a water buffalo? Yeah, gotta love Bodo. Let's see. Here's Tommy. Morning, keeping it simple. I'm doing good, thanks, bud. What's up, Thailand Digital Nomad? Yeah, Tom went on. Tommy went on. I think till 4 in the morning or 6 hours or something on Tom's last. He doesn't. You can post that up again, Tom, if you're still here. Sundays at 8 o'clock Thai time, I think. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. Looks like CPI is getting in control. We'll see. They had a good conversation. I listened to it, but I fell asleep. I'm not a big night person, although I'm trying to wake up a little later and stay up later. Drink. Let me get back to my. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm caught up, I think. I'm not saying hi to Scott. Yo, Dave, tell us a bear story. I don't have. Do I have one? I have one when I was up north. Just came out of the camper and there was a bear. Got back in the camper, and that was my experience with a bear. Um, the obviously, like I told you guys, that's the truck is still parked across the street with the tent still on the back, and I am bound and determined to go. Once my wife gets back home, is totally 100% recovered and doing well, I'll go over there. And as far as I know, I never did get over to the other place. All I'd heard, I think the trees are moved, or there's a place where I can go, so I will be doing it. Dave, I think December I will come. Oh, you're kidding me. Really? Good. We'll have some fun. It's going to be a big party in John Tiem on Christmas Eve. Let's see. Scott's saying hello to net. And if you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. You'll have fun, a lot of singing, a lot of beautiful women, children, families. Uh, Good time. You'll enjoy it. I posted a vid Yeah, I saw that you posted. I haven't seen it yet on insurance covering my current hospital costs. If anyone's interested, yeah, I watched like the first I don't know couple of minutes of it, and something else came up, and I had to go. But yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe to Munoir's uh, channel. But yeah, that would be great information. I'm sure. Do I have a bee suit? No, no bee suits. I don't like bees either. I don't like bees, yellow jackets, spiders, snakes. They're not my favorite deal. You'd think that I really wouldn't want to go camping if I didn't like any of those things. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the video, probably some good information. I got to go back and watch it myself. It's tougher and tougher, man. Um, the more people that and we're still creeping up. I mean, like I said, I tell you guys, 50, 50 people a month, maybe. We don't have any giant spikes in likes and views or anything like that. It's nice and level, which is fine. I got no problem with that. But I just want to meet new people, and we are. I want to say in the past month, two or three, 4 or 5 new people jumping into the chat, which is awesome, and probably people watching, and that's good too. No worries. When you want to ask something, you'll ask something. I did it for the longest time. I watched people and I didn't say anything. But they come in like that because, like I said, that's the people ask me occasionally, what do you have planned for the channel, where you're going to go, whatever. I just want to meet people. I'm looking forward to the every 3 or 4 months having meetups with everybody that's been talking to each other on this channel, and finally had moved, like Jam, like Jim and Meow, people like that come here, and Mitch, and everything else, and then have meetups every 4 months would probably be cool. First one maybe 10 people, second one 20, 30, until we get like 100 people, 150 people, meeting up would be awesome. So that's the only reason I want to see it grow. Uh, it isn't anything but wanting to meet people. Because I think back, and I was just talking to my wife the other night about it, that, if I didn't put up with the tiny bit of crap that I get from the trolls, um, the rest of it, the 99.5% is awesome. I wouldn't give it up for the world. I've probably met, like I said, some great people, and it's fun. So that's all I'm looking to do. So if it gets up to, I think we're at 1,800 and something, but it just slowly but surely, methodically, you know. And I don't put out a lot of videos. It's not getting a lot of watch stuff. So if I don't think YouTube's going to push a live stream, so I have to start doing more vlogs. I did put the one out on the koi. I'll probably put one on if when we move the pond to the front, when the building comes. Once we get back into building again, uh, then I'll have probably a lot more vlogs. Like I said, travel vlogs. It's just there's too many people that are good at it that for me to want to. When I go somewhere, I would do here, but I don't link it in the description or do any of that crap. I should, but I don't. And there's just people that do it too well. But when I do go somewhere, I always, take a picture of the food, take a video of the room, or I try to, and try to video the food before I eat it. But I just, if I put more videos out, I probably would get more subscribers, or maybe I'd get less. I don't know. It's weird. Hey Maui, how you doing? Saying hi to everyone. When you're building, let's see what it says. When you're building a bouncy castle for the kids, they probably love that. I still got that. There's still, like I said, we haven't brought the 55-inch TV over there yet. Now we'll probably obviously have to wait till my wife's done. I want her to be there for it too. They probably need it, obviously. So maybe she'll say take it over there. But anyway, there's still a little bit in the slush fund. And like I said, I put me and my wife put money into to Thailand every month. So, and like I said, man, it's surprising. Like Joe, $5, $2. This and that. It all adds up. My wife's happy as hell. She'll be happy because I'll tell her that Joe gave $5 super chat. So after Google gets done, strangling it, she'll get 40% of it, maybe a little less. But it all works out, man. It's fun. And like I said, I'm not going to do any giant videos like I have before about it. Now I'll just do a short so that everybody here that contributes on either PayPal or Super Chat can see what's happening, where it's going, that type of thing. I know that you people trust me anyway because otherwise you wouldn't give. So it's awesome. Off to class. All right. I know that Tommy was going to try to get a hold of you about trying to do something anyway. He'll probably get a hold of you. Let's see. Good luck at school. Yeah. Um, and in case you didn't know, he's a teacher. I'm sure that you do know. But if you want to know something on that, I'm going to go back and watch it on the insurance and what it covered when he went recently. Probably be a good thing to know. You have 20 but no videos that are subscribed to you. All right. I think I'm caught up. Anybody ask anything? I wish I could be there for Christmas and my birthday. When's your birthday? Mine's right by Christmas. In fact, my best friend that passed, uh, that we were in the air conditioning business together, he was born on Christmas Day, and I was born on December 22nd. So we always, celebrated our birthday together. We had a 40th that was awesome. I'll tell you guys about it one day. There's probably a whole deal in that. No albino. No, there's white ones. There's platinum koi that are actually quite beautiful, and they make them, or they have a platinum butterfly. My wife really likes the butterflies. I don't know. I'm more for traditional koi, but they are beautiful. I videoed my TV today and posted it to my channel. Well, I didn't even know you had a channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe to Loretta. Let's get her going and give her something to take her mind off of things. The 21st. All right. So one year you're gonna come here. We'll celebrate our birthdays together. I'd love to do that. What's going on in the background? That's the dog, man. That's the poor dinner. Not in any pain. Like I said, I go in there and exercise her and pick her legs up and move her around, and she doesn't yelp or nothing. No pain whatsoever. She gets involuntary movement, but now she has voluntary, because when I go in there and call her, she'll lift her head completely up and turn it around and look at me. And I'll go up there and put my hand there, and she'll actually put her paw in there now. So I'm kind of optimistic. The guy behind us that said he had two dogs that this happened to, whatever it was, and I still don't know if it was Lyme disease or whatever it was. Took 2 years for those dogs to get back up and be moving around. So she deserves it. Mom and Dad went to bring Nitnoy a set of earbuds for her phone so she could watch movies, and so they're gone right now, and she gets a little pissed off when no one's paying attention to her. I'll have to go and give her some water after this, but she's gotten a lot better. I'm really surprised, because I was kind of, what a miserable life, But the Buddhists, they don't believe in killing anything, man. So I really want to give her the benefit of the doubt. These are two sisters. Lunch is an awesome dog. The two females lived. The male, the guy behind me, killed, supposedly, because it ate his vegetables or something. And then that's when we took those two over to the rental house. So they were at the rental house for 3 or 4 months before we actually moved in here. So that's her barking. I should have closed the door. But did I miss anything? I missed this. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Glad you could make it. But I don't know what I didn't go to the vet, and trying to get what actually is wrong with the dogs or anything in my life is kind of tough. It's not. Can me and my wife communicate? Yeah, we do a really good job. But we're still on an 80% probably, where I understand her and she understands me. Luckily, I can see that look in her eye, like I didn't understand a damn thing you said, and I'll ask her, and she'll go, "Oh yeah," and I go, "You're lying," and so she'll laugh, and we work it out, and oh, okay, now, then she'll understand. But trying to get it with the dog, some kind of a bug, and went into her bloodstream, and does this and that, and you either die from it, you either come right back and you're up running around, or you're like this for God knows how long. And my mother-in-law and my wife and me and my father-in-law, we take people. Like I said, I give the lady down the street a lot of credit and a big set of cojones for coming up here and saying, we want your dog, to my father-in-law. And my father-in-law says, why do you want our dog? She said, well, you're hurting the dog, and we'll take care of the dog. Give us the dog. And then my mother-in-law came out and said, no, come here, and came in. Look at my son-in-law. He lets me keep the air conditioner on. This dog gets air conditioning, hand fed, water. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But I give her credit. She thought that the animal was being abused and said something. Takes a little bit of balls to do that. A lot, actually. Um, Everybody's saying hi. Hey, Gary, what's up? Glad you can make it. um, but yeah, so I don't know. It's an interesting life here in Thailand, right? The people that are watching that are lurking and want to know about Thailand, it's a good channel. You guys are more than welcome to pop in at any time, and as long as it's a decent question, I'll try to do my best to answer it. The best thing about this channel is everybody's involved with this channel. So if you want to know something about insurance or visas or whatever, more than likely two or three or four or more people have already went through it and can help you out. Of course, like I say, always check with the government, but you get some information, because if you're not familiar with Thailand, going from province to province, it could be totally different what you need to buy a motorcycle, what you need to get your visa, what you need to, it all varies. But for the most part, the biggest thing that I tell everybody, and I say it quite often, is, just be polite, so just relax. You're retired, most of you anyway. Uh, and be nice to them, and they'll be nice right back to you and help you out. Might have to go out of the way a little bit. It took all day to do that. Really, what were you gonna do? Eat, sit at home, go to the park. So if you look at stuff that way, you'll be just fine. Don't believe all the horror stories that you read about people, not getting this and getting screwed. Does it happen? Yeah, but usually the people that start yelling at them and asking them, why the hell do I need this and this and that, those are the ones that have the horror stories, because they'll smile at you, but you're not going to get a damn thing for them to do. They won't do shit for you, nothing. So let's see. You guys talking, lurking. Hey, Covis, how you doing? But God, that dog is that poor dog. She probably wants something. She doesn't like it when she goes to the bathroom and she isn't attended to, which could be what's happening. So if she goes on for really long, I'll probably have to either take a break and go in there and see what she wants, or if you guys want to wait, I can do that. But either that, or I'll probably have to set up. It'll only take me 30 seconds. So in the chat, if you guys can hang on, looking at Santa Claus here, let me know, and I'll go see what she's doing. Hey, Hansine, how you doing? Just just waking up. See, that's what I'd like to do. I got to get on some kind of a deal. Like, he's been nice enough to invite me into his live stream 2 or 3 or 4 times, and a lot of the stuff. Um, I mean, at 8 o'clock, I'm like nodding, and people usually have their stuff. Bobby, Tom, everybody have them later on. So I'm trying to curb it. If I could wake up at, what time is it? 9 o'clock, and go to bed at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, that would be good. So maybe I could train myself. Uh, we'll see. But thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. I was trying to remember the location printed on his shirt. You're exactly right. Is Florida. Ah, okay. Go ahead, check the puppy. All right. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go in there and see what she's doing, and I'll be right back. And there's Santi. I'll be right back. I didn't quite do that, did I? Very well. There we go. Not correct. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Anyway, I went out there. My father-in-law just got back, so he's handling it, and I didn't lose anybody. Actually, we gained people. Maybe if I stop talking, more people will come. Is that the deal? Uh, the future, Dave. Yeah. Thank you, guys. That Santa Claus really does look. Yeah, it doesn't it? Maybe when I was 20, 25, but uh, and Cova's saying hi there. Okay, I'm caught up, and she's still barking. I don't know. My mother-in-law takes a lot better care of the dog. All right, what was I talking about? Who's in charge now? Someone's lurking. I'm sure there's a bunch of people lurking, which is awesome. Like I said, I did it for a long time. I didn't know it was called lurking, but I watched a bunch of channels and really, I don't know. I don't know what I felt, why I didn't ask in the beginning, ask questions and stuff and different stuff, even going back. Like I said, before I went to Costa Rica in 2015, I got all my information off of YouTube. When I got to Cocoa Beach, I knew I watched all the vloggers going around in cars and motorbikes and the locals and all that stuff. When I got there, I had bought a scooter before I even got there, a Honda, and went and picked it up, and I knew exactly where I was going. It was like I'd been there before. That's why a lot of the motor vlogs and a lot of vlogs that like James does or has done in the past, riding around town. A lot of people watch that stuff. I know I did, but I never commented on anything. And sometimes I had some questions, and eventually, years later, I decided to. I don't know. Maybe I was shy. I don't consider myself a shy person, but you never know. Hey, Robert. Yeah, my father-in-law showed up. As soon as I walked out the door, he was coming in the front door. So I asked him if he would. Glad that you're lurking, Robert. If you want to ask anything you want. Don't have to be shy, especially in here with the bunch of people that are in here. It's always a good time. It's going good. It's only been what 5, 6 days now. We'll see when I weigh in a couple of weeks, but I got to get that done. And that's another thing too, man. If I'm probably not going to get it done until after the first of the year. And if I'm going to go back to the States, I mean, I got a bunch of, if my mother, my mother's the biggest thing. My friends I Jones for, and my kids and my grandkids. But so I am jonesing for that. So I got to do that, but I got to get the knees done too. And I mean, he kind of cringed when he looked at my X-rays. I mean, you can see it. There's no gap in there at all. It's just bone on bone. And kind of looked at pain. I said, yeah, all the time. Never stops. But and then he said it, and then it was funny too because when we talked to my doctor, they were both working the emergency room in the private hospital, and when I saw him there, and I told him, he said I'm fat. He goes, oh, I'm glad he told you. I didn't want to tell you. I said, well, it's fairly obvious. And he laughed, but they're a good bunch. But it is just bad for my knees, bad for my health, bad for everything. So I will be doing it. And when she gets done, we're going to go over. In fact, if she's out and about and still not going back to work on Thursday or Friday, and she wants to get out, we might go over to the gym and have her talk to the guy and set up everything again. And I'm going to start going 5 days a week. And like I said, I'm just going to do it as a routine. Even if I go there and I don't lift, I'll just sit on that bike and pedal it for an hour and a half, and then go home. But get into a routine about getting out of here, and I got to do that. I don't know where Brock is. He answered. I sent him an invite thing, and he answered it. But he's been busy with everything. I don't blame him. Paragon spray on what Saturdays? Oh, those were the days. Yeah, I remember that too. Everybody said. I remember back then, everything that was coming in from Mexico was supposed to have paraquat on it. Hi, GottoLoveThailand. As to why I lurk in the background time to time is that I'm doing something else. Yeah, that's true. The same time live stream on my computer. Yeah, well, I appreciate you watching. That's that's the important part. But like I say, anybody that is, and you have a question, by all means, type it in. Maybe people can help in any way that we can. But that makes a lot of sense, Mark. A lot of sense. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Glad to see you. I didn't see you on what was the last one? You're a moderator for Patty Doyle, right? I think too. I didn't see. I watched his latest one. That first trip he took on his CT. I really like that bike. I don't know if you guys grew up in my era. The thing to have take camping with you was either a CT 70 or the little 50. But the one that everybody really liked was the 90 and the 110, which was a newer style of that trail. Why they didn't, and I don't have a clue. The biggest advantage of that bike was that 2-speed high and low transmission, and they didn't put that on this 125, which I thought was a bummer. But they're expensive. I think they're the same price as the PCXs, 85, 90,000, and the ADVs. It's they're cool. I'd love to have one, but I don't want to spend that kind of money on one. But I think it is cool. Ah, you were lurking. Cool. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Started lurking in the background while scoffing my lunch. Anytime, brother. I'm looking forward. I'm gonna make my way over there when you do come. We're gonna meet up. I'm probably at the Wombat and have lunch and a beer. I'm gonna come over for 3 days when everybody's kind of there. Probably being what? I don't know. I think you had already put the dates in, but refresh my memory. Somebody had already told me. I'm horrible. I'm telling you, man, it scares me a little bit. Yes, I mod him. Yeah, you do quite a few. I know. Um, Breakfast this morning, fried bananas and strawberries. Why? Because you can, you little skinny bastard. Um, I don't like hanging around people that are skinny. Makes me look fatter. Just kidding. I saw that was also in the video I watched. Your wife brought you it looked like a strawberry smoothie. So that's the video that I watched. I don't know if I commented. I better go back and comment. Like I said to you guys, if you do, just say nice video, and it helps build the channel. So if you watch Uncle Craig's or you watch mine or anybody's, just put something simple in there. Hi, had a good time. Nice video. Whatever it is, it helps the whatever algorithm. And a lot of people, he's getting up there. He's at almost 500 now. And then once he's going to roll. He's a good guy doing good videos. So, 22nd now back for looking forward to it. 22nd November and to the 2nd. Okay. And that was right exactly when, or 22nd of September this month. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. And I think Tom had sent it to me, but I'll schedule it up with you. I don't want to bust up your, after you've been with the family for a week or something. Then maybe I'll come over. I don't want to drag you away from anything. I don't know if they do or not. He probably does know. Yeah, September, right? That's me. I'm trying to think of my mind. January, February, March. Let me count it down. But I definitely will. And I think we'll all get together. There'll be probably eight or 10 of us, I'm sure. But yeah, I got to see what's happening. But like I said, I'm kind of not looking forward to making the call to my mother and telling her that I'm not coming. She's going to Connecticut on the 10th of November. So I'll have to wait till she goes. It's going to be January, depending on when I get that first knee done. I don't want to go back there hobbling. As long as I don't mind hobbling, but as long as I'm out of pain, I don't want to be miserable. And I'm not looking forward to flying in that tube with a freaking mask on. They still make you put a mask on the whole trip. Sure they do. My poor wife too. In there, she's got to wear a mask the whole time. And I asked her this morning. I said, "Well, why don't you just come out? I'll come over and get you. Come on out." Or oh no, they won't let us leave the hospital or leave the room. I said, "I won't let you go outside." Nope. So I haven't talked to her much yet. But let's see. Did Uncle answer that yet? That was from Tommy J to you, Uncle. Do ties eat snakes? Anybody had snake? Rattlesnake's pretty good. I've had rattlesnake. Wow, next week already. Wow, that's amazing. Knees suck when you have them. Yeah, I know. But I mean, I said, do I have any other choices? And he just kind of, oh well, we can inject some, but he said that it's not going to do any good. He said because I guess I got I don't know, arthritis throughout both the knees, and they're one just as bad as the other. So probably start with the left because that was the one I had the ACL done, and probably get that one done first. But let's see. Nova's Kitchen family, little work. See, do you know when you're gonna? Do you have any new indication or epiphanies on when you're gonna hit Bangkok? I know you've got 2 or 3 places to go, but do you know when you're gonna hit, Chris? Yes, they eat snakes. Robert says they eat snakes. Most days, what I spend less than $8. I don't know where that came from. Somebody asked you a question. Yep, snake is good. Later's Ron. Take care. Oh, Ron took off? I didn't see Ron. See you, Ron. um, let's see. I'm caught up. So I guess the deal, Tommy J, from everybody, but Uncle Craig, they eat snake. Hey Bob, how you doing? Do simple yoga and times for them. Yeah, even when I mean, they've been this way since I I ripped them at 18 and 19 between sports and motorcycles and everything else. I thrashed my knees, and so I've been living with them forever. And then they did the ACL about 15 years ago. And when he went in to do the ACL, he took a bunch of pictures, did scraped some spurs instead out of there. And I got a bunch of stuff floating on that knee now that I showed this doctor, and stuff I can push around. And when it gets in a certain spot, that'll bring a tear to your eye. I got to push it out of the way and move it to a different position. But from that point on, 15 years ago, they wanted to do it, and I said no. After I had that ACL, and then that surgery was painful as hell, and so I'm imagining that the knee is going to be the same. So I said I'll wait until I can't take the pain anymore. But I got to get it done. So whatever. Robert's still here. He had his done, and he swears by it. The trip is underway. Oh, cool. In the UK. Not sure how long before I get back to Asia. All right. Well, I know you're going to go visit one person in particular, so say hi for me. And um, yeah, cool. All right. Well, so work is over. Chris is retired, sort of. He might be like Mark. Well, we'll give you $1 million if you come back for a week and a half. So he might go back to work. Just kidding. But finally on his way, and that's awesome to hear. Very cool. Yeah, the knees are junk. But like I said, everybody that I've talked to, the gal across the street from my house in Central California, an Indian gal, she had hers done, and she was one of those freaks that, once it's done, she was up like running a marathon 3 days later, and she did it. She swears by it. Everybody that I know, there's been some people that have had bad experiences, mostly with the pain, and that's what I told this guy. I said, I don't want tramadol. You're gonna have to give me heroin, for the first week or so until I can get over it and whatever. And he said, no problem. We'll make sure you're drugged up. So I said, all right, I'm not going to do it and be completely miserable. All right, Ron, take it easy. I think my comments have been timed out. Really? What did you say? I didn't notice that. I don't know why. I'll have to look at them. Sorry about that, Ron. I finally got on the computer. Oh, not. You were kidding. All right. Hey, I couldn't understand that. Hello, Grace TV. Grace01 TV. How you doing? Glad you could make it. Um, hey, ads. I haven't made any of your live streams lately. I gotta get over. I did a couple, Verna and a couple other new ones, new people that are in that community now. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe to the ads. It's a very cool channel. Like I said, all these channels, Philippines, um, family oriented, 90% of the time. I'll give her channel 90% of the time. And good topics. Bobby goes on there all the time. A bunch of people, they do their topics, and it's a good. You'll have fun. Like I said, I don't. I'm not going to lead you astray. Um, what did Aaron? What happened to Aaron? What did I see? Everybody's saying, okay. I broke my knee in 2014, snapped ligaments as well. The best thing that helped me, yeah, that's top of the list because even when I had this done, I was 200 and 203, no 103 kilo, um, and when I first started walking again, and I felt I felt pretty good. I mean, my knees didn't hurt as much as they do today. So yeah, the weight will do it for sure. Okay, I'm caught up. But yeah, so we'll we'll see. I'm imagining. I'm hoping that I can lose the weight that I need to lose by January. Is what I'm shooting for. I'm not going to try to, starve myself or do it. I'm going to do it with exercise and eating. It'll be good actually to get back into the gym 5 days a week, and I'll have the trainer again too. So, and it's ridiculously cheap. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Glad you could make it. I missed your. I don't know if you saw in your last live stream. I came in right when you were saying goodbye. I put two comments in there. I don't know if you saw them before you closed out your video, but Alex is a great guy. If you guys aren't subscribed, he's doing really well, way better than a lot of people. Got a good content. That's why does a lot of videos. Excellent. You guys will enjoy. If you're not, I'm sure that most of the people on here are already subscribed. Dave, you can get 3 minutes of walking. Yeah, the problem. A lot of that problem is my knee. After 5-10 minutes, I walk up and down the road, and I tried because Joe said, start doing so many steps, and I did that. And when I got up to where I was doing quite a few, man, 5-10 minutes in, my knee was killing me. Mostly my left knee. That's why I'm going to do the left knee first. But yeah, I need to. burn more calories. Yeah, exactly. That's the deal. If you have any questions on it, cool. I will for sure, Alex. I will. I'm just trying to eat better, and basically I need to be cooking my own food. If I was cooking my own food, I'd be all right. Although my mother-in-law and my wife, they know, they try to keep the sodium way down and stuff, but still, it's the sticky rice kills me. I mean, I could sit there and eat, what she gives me with lamu and stuff like that with sticky rice. I could be there all day. But I've cut that out now. So did you see it? I'm going crap. I just barely hit the end of it. Yeah, I agree. I believe so too, Tommy. Most definitely. You can split the walking in 15 minutes at a time. Yeah, the walking is pretty much all I can do with my knees. And on the bicycle, this was from the guy years ago. No stressful stuff. Even on the bike, I have to take it down so there's no. It's just the movement and doing that. He didn't want me putting a bunch of pressure on the knee. But I was doing it when I was in there before she yanked me out of there the last time. I was up to an hour and 15 minutes on the bike and then a full hour workout 3 times a week. And I was just starting to feel good. And the second phase hit, and my wife said, "No more gym for you." So that's it. I drink the Coke Zero, but I'm cutting that out too, and now I'm going with soda water and Manao and lime. I like it just as much as soda. It gives me that fizzy deal, and that my mind thinks that I'm drinking soda, and it and that's what I'm changing to. I got to get to the store and buy a bunch of it. Right now it's water and and such. But yeah, I've been yeah, yeah, I know, and I love it too, Alex. Man, nothing better than dipping it in that spicy, sauce. Man, good stuff. But I mean, I've eaten so much crap my whole life. I got to say, hey, okay, this was your first 65 years. Now the rest of your life, you're going to have to eat like this. Let's bring in. Let's bring in Brock's back down. Hey, brother. Doing?
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, Dave and others.
Mark says, "Yeah, I did know I had arthritis in my hands until started to work in the cold food storage warehouse, and both my hands started. Yeah, I know, and then my legs. No, yeah, I've got a thing. He's saying that I don't know. You guys probably can't see it, but my wrist is like this wide. I got a big bump all the way in the middle of it, and he looked at that, and I guess we'll address that. That'll be the last thing that we address. Um, Randy's saying that you hope you're feeling good. I have mild stenosis and two bulging discs in my back. Yeah, I've been lucky. My back isn't horrible. Now, my wife that passed had 4 back surgeries and 2 hip replacements before she was 60. And, but she was just, she'd been in back pain forever. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have the back pain. I don't envy you on that for sure. The Ryan for Kicks guy was a big guy until he moved to Thailand and walked. Yeah, he was. You're right. You're absolutely right. On the screen, I hope everything's getting better. Everybody telling her minimal resistance. Yeah, and I got I bought I bought a watch, the uh, a good one. I like it. It does all that, the steps and everything else. Let's see. Just thought it was a switch to water, coffee, and tea. Yeah, and the one problem I have too is I like a little bit of coffee with my cream. So, and I like the taste of coffee. So I've got to cut the cream out to tough it out. Yeah, I got to. Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, gets me in the morning. Oh, there's my wife from the hospital. Good morning to you, my love. Hope you're having a decent day. Hey, Jake, how you doing? Glad you can make it.
Morning, Jake.
Thank you, Randy. Yeah, you bet. Hello, Cobus. Cobus saying hi to my wife. Hello to Jake. I was born broken. Yeah, I mean that happens too. I abused myself. Was mine. I didn't. I did. I did. I abused myself. I'm. You know what? I'd like to get with a new. What do they call a nutrist? What do you call people that do nutritionist? I guess.
Yeah,
I'd like to get
dietitian.
with a dietitian of some sort, just for food to eat. I mean, I know what to eat. I probably don't need it, but I like that added deal that I know when somebody's telling me what to do. My wife
Yeah,
is very
reduce your rice, increase vegetables, lean meats. Boring shit.
Yeah, but I like a lot of vegetables. I like broccoli. I like a lot of vegetables. I like the long beans they have here. So the cucumbers, tomatoes. I mean, I like vegetables, and I do eat a lot of them now. But what I have to eat is a lot more, maybe barbecued stuff, not fried, not anything. A lot more fish, and I do like fish. When I was living at the other place, I had tilapia always in the freezer. It was frozen, but I would just not boil it. I'd cook it in a pan with water, and I'd slice green olives, onions, some tomatoes, and stuff like that, and ate that, and it was good. So I know what to do. I just got to do it.
Barbecued
More
fish is
complicated.
really good.
Yeah, I got to start doing, and I got to get the barbecue. Barbecue's 2,500 baht, and why I haven't ordered it, I don't know. More complicated. Yeah, exactly. I hear that. Clovis had to go back. There's Robert Mack. He's fading in and out. Keep it simple so you don't have any.
We'll
Yeah,
catch you
and
later, Cobus.
when I was doing it and I had I have my kitchen, although it isn't completely mine yet. They still use it all the time. I would keep stuff portioned in the refrigerator, portions of fish, portions of meat, all that, so I could just take it out and cook myself something to eat. So I've got to do that again, which means I got to go to the market to macro with my wife and get the stuff that I want. You're in my 40s. I cut out all drinks and had caffeine in it, and I was a big Coke and coffee drinker. Switched to 7 Up and Sprite, and went back to Sprite, half the cost of 7 Up. Yeah, you know what? Somebody told me years ago, any kind of dark soda besides soda being bad for you, all of it with the sugar in it, told me that dark soda, no matter what it is, sugar free, whatever it is, will screw with your back, will give you back problems. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that's what I heard.
When I hear the term soda, I'm hearing soda water,
Yeah,
which
that's what
is
I
water
heard.
with carbon dioxide in it.
And it
No
gives you a
sugar,
little.
no
It
nothing.
does to me. If I'm jonesing for a soda and I drink a soda water with lime in it or lemon,
Yep.
I get my fix. My brain thinks I'm drinking something besides water, so I'll trick my brain for. Yeah, I believe that too. I shouldn't be on the sugar. I'm diabetic too, so I mean I shouldn't
Yeah.
be having any sugar. So which I don't. Very little. Once in a while, I'm not a big sweets guy, but like once a month, I like to bite something sweet. I usually
In
buy my
Australia,
wife
we call your soda is called soft drink.
soft drink.
Yeah, because soda is soda water.
Yeah, I don't think any of this. That's a sweetener, right? I don't think any of
Yeah.
it's any good. Nothing. None of it's any good for you. Although I've been doing it, like I said, by my grandmother, I could still remember her at the table with those little white saccharin tablets that she used to throw in coffee and everything else that she wanted to sweeten up. Yeah, Mark saying he gave up sugar. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that has to go if you're trying to do
Yeah.
something is to get rid of it. Hey, Bob, good to see you. This is my buddy in Udon, one that I met originally in Camelot. Sparkling water, I want to change up from regular water. Yeah, I don't know, man. The fizzy, I really like. Like when we went out to dinner and where I saw my doctor at the place, it's really a good place to eat too. I didn't vlog it, of course, but I drank it there, and I liked it as much, if not more, than the soda. It was fine. I just got to get a bunch of it here so that I've got it in the refrigerator and I can grab it.
Yeah,
Long time.
flat packs of soda water is pretty cheap, Dave.
Yeah, it isn't expensive, especially here. I have heard all of them used to describe carbonated beverages, and yes, some religions in the U.S. call it Coke, regardless of its. Yeah, I mean, I think I said it in one of the videos when I went to the steak place or something, or out to dinner. One of the dinner ones I did, I said we had all this food and two Cokes, and there were Pepsis. I don't know. I like Coke better than Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi's rubbish.
Yeah, I don't like it. But you can take, but you can take my beer from my cold dead hands. I agree with that. I'm lucky. I still want to. We gotta have a beer together. I used to drink two Cokes a day. Yeah, there was this one gal when I was in no, high school, and she was big into this. We became friends. I don't even know how. She was a big girl, a nice lady or gal, and she did the two-way radios. That's like the truck driver, breaker, breaker. She had
CB.
one at home, and all the people, her friends had them, and they would go on scavenger hunts and stuff. But she had case after case after case of Coke. And I mean, this girl would drink a case of sugar Coke a day, 4 6 packs, whatever that is, 6, 12, 24 cans in a day, every day. Probably not alive now. I don't even remember her name. It's horrible.
That's a
Hey,
lot of sugar and a lot of caffeine.
oh, yeah. And that's all that she did. That's all that she did. Hey, Lois. Glad you could stop by. And
Morning,
Grace is
Lewis.
here too. Grace is here. Thanks for coming in.
Mr. Grace.
I'm off beer. Yeah, you're not going to have a drink until I probably see you. No, you probably have one before I actually see you. And I still got to get with Tim. I don't see him. But if you guys haven't watched T&W, somebody could post his link. The video he just done on his house is real close. Tile work. They graded out the property. They poured most of the concrete around the house. I think the only thing he really needs to do is the kitchen stuff. None of the cabinets and stuff are in there. But I seen he had a refrigerator and a box in there and some other stuff. But he's getting real close. Windows and stuff will probably be going in shortly. So I'm imagining he's at his house. Let's see.
We'll catch you later, Mark. Oh, by the way, your fridge is empty, mate. You'll need to go fill it again.
He's taking advantage of you, Mark. Oh yeah, there it is. There. If you guys haven't watched it or subscribed to Tim's channel, and what I think we're going to do since Lewis is here, the plan that he was talking about, which I'm game for, is he's going to actually come with me on Christmas Eve, and what he's going to do is come from Udon to Surin and pick me up. We're going to drive from here to Pattaya and stay there for the 23rd, 4th, and 5th, and then we're going fishing after that, and taking a plane out of Utapao. Then we'll come back from Phuket and jump back in his truck, and he's going to drive me back home, which would be awesome. But I haven't talked to him about it, so now everybody knows. But anyway, I saw his video. His house is real close, real close. I'm caught up. No, I'm not. What is it? What did Grace say? Yeah, they're doing better. Thanks, man. It was weird. I talked about it earlier. It was nasty, man. Like I said, I hadn't had. Yeah, I just didn't. The worst part about it is I didn't know what the hell was going on. You know, and my wife's looking on the internet because she figured that I got my hands in the chili and wiped them in my eyes hours later. Because if I would have done it at the restaurant, they would have been burning immediately. They didn't start burning until after I got home. So I don't know. And then I was probably up till late for me, 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Didn't get hardly any sleep that night. But thank you very much. They are doing better. I can see again. But I think we went over everything. What else did I have? Oh, no, I'm not going to do one. No, I guess that's it. I don't have a bunch more. The backyard. Um, Hopefully, you know what I should do real quick? Let me see if I can find that. If my wife is still listening, can you send me on Facebook a picture of that building that we're thinking about getting? If you can hear me, dear, and I'll show you. I'll show you that. Let me see if I can. I can't remember where was it that I had it.
Ah,
Oh, you know what? It might be online. Let me go to me online, or maybe even to my wife. Hold on. Let's see if there's all the videos I sent her this morning. Let me go back and see. I don't know if I can pull it up even if I get to it. Yeah. We talk a lot to each other since she went into the hospital. Page after. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see if it'll. Ah, maybe. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Now, how can I share that screen? Let's see here. Okay, let me try share screen. Let me see if I can find it. Chrome tab.
it's your little container house, Dave, with the veranda on the roof.
Yeah, can you see it?
No, I saw it the other day.
Ah, let's see. How come I can't? How come I can't share? Probably because it's not in the tab. I guess. Oh, maybe because it's gone. Hold on. I guess when I closed my wife's deal, I shouldn't have done that. Let me see. I think it's going to be perfect for the backyard. All right, now let me go and see if I share. All right, let's see. No, I don't know. Window. Ah, there it is. This one. Can you guys see that?
There it is.
Let me see. Does that make it any bigger or no? Is it the same size or bigger? Can you guys hear me? Brock, can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you.
Is it the same size or bigger?
It's
Same
about the
size?
same size.
Okay. So hopefully you guys can see that. So anyway, the one is 4.8 by 3 is 139. And what I figured I'd do is on underneath the stairs, I'll just make a little, a nothing bathroom, a toilet, a sink, and I'll probably put a shower in it, but a real Thai style to where it's going to get you can sit on the toilet and get washed. Or maybe I can make it bigger. It all depends. I have to see. But I like the idea of not spending 220 or something right now with one that has one in it. And this one won't take any of the inside space. So on the top, I'll have 4.3 meters, and inside I'll have 4.3 meters, which is I'll put one of those in the wall beds that pull down, and put my little desk and everything in there. And then when guests come, they can use the bed and air conditioning, have a little privacy. But that's still, I don't even know what is. I know it's ridiculously cheap, but what is 139 divided by 36.5? Is that right? $3,800? That can't be right, is
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
So get
About four
that
thousand
building.
dollars.
I haven't heard back from them on how much they're going to charge to deliver it, but the we'll see. The stuff that I saw, I believe they're probably going to charge me if I'm further away from them, but I do believe in the price that's bringing it out on a flatbed and supplying a crane. So we'll see. What did that just say? New cannabis bill goes to House for urgent consideration. The Tiger just came out with it. Let's see. Some actual news. A new bill is set to be proposed for urgent consideration to bring some regulation to decriminalizing cannabis in Thailand. And combined after 23 tax drivers in Bangkok refers to serve him. The government spent 4 billion baht budget to tackle blah 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 blah. Blamed on backflow. So I don't know. That didn't have anything to do with what they were saying. But okay, so that's good news. It's actually got a little video on it for the bill. I don't know how to share that crap, or I'd share it with you. Um, let's stop that one. But anyway, did I miss anything over here? No one's asking anything, right? The foldable homes. Yeah, I don't know. The thing comes on a flatbed. That's probably the main reason that most of their sections and stuff aren't more than 3 meters wide. But for $4,000, I mean, I don't know. And people ask me, is
Sounds
it cheap in Thailand? Is it cheap to live and do? Yeah, it's cheap. I mean, I'll definitely share that blogging wise, the whole deal. Now, we originally wanted to do something like this building from the very beginning, but the guy said he wanted 2 years to build the thing. So I still haven't heard back from this guy. So we'll hear. Maybe I'll have my wife um, call them because he's not answering me on Messenger. So we'll see. Maybe they're yeah. Gator had it 3,888 for that deal set on your property. I mean, you could live in that. I mean, if you built a little kitchen and a bathroom, unless you needed, be like living in a bachelor place. Because what is that? That's actually 10 by 15 or 16. Is that what
yeah,
three
about
meters
that.
for? 10 by 16, I think, a little under 16. Perfect for me. I'm going to try not to clutter it too much, but I definitely want a desk, a nice small air conditioner. Not going to need to be big for there. And the upstairs is going to be kind of cool. What I'm thinking about on that lean-to, kind of a lean-to roof there. I'm going to put a gutter on the back of that. Actually, have that facing into my yard, and put a gutter on that. And what is it called? A cistern? Is that how you say it? To collect the water. I'm going to collect the water.
Assistant. Yeah, just
Cistern.
feed it. Yeah, feed it to a
Yeah,
tank. Yeah, catch the
yeah.
rainwater.
Yeah, some extra because I mean, there's nothing actually better if I'd have to check the pH and stuff in it. But even if I filled up, 1,000 liters of it, I could use it to top off the pond. Nothing better than pure than rainwater. So has pretty
Unless you
much
live
has
in Sydney,
yeah, yeah. I
the
imagine
the
I'd have to test it. Some of the acid rain and stuff like that isn't
but
very good.
test it, filter it, and it'd be fine.
Yeah, I think I want to do that. Try to save some water. I know someone in the Philippines that bought a foldable home. It cost him to ship it from China, Philippines, and the total cost for everything, even the shipping, was only like 13K. Yeah, and you can do that kind of stuff here too. Probably they're probably going to tax you a little bit more than what they would in the. I don't know what the tax situation is going in the Philippines. I don't. I want to go. I just don't know that much about the Philippines. Um,
Those container homes are getting quite popular in Thailand.
yeah,
But
because I think was who was what was the guy's name that went to? I think Chuck went to one, but I keep forgetting his name. The one that had the place and he had to go back to England, him and his wife, because he spent all his retirement on building his hotel. Oh, nice guy. He does collaborations with Rob every once in a while from the UK. He was actually really popular. I think he had like 40, 50,000 subs. Yeah, it was a good show. But anyway, he went to one of those. They're building hotels out of them, stacking them up
yeah,
and making hotels. So, there's nothing wrong with that. My wife wanted something that in her thing is beautiful. And I agree with her. I mean, we're going to have to look at it. I want something a little better, although it does look like a container, but the way in with the door and the sliders and stuff, it's absolutely perfect because right in front of that is going to be the koi pond. So,
it's it's simple enough to attach a false timber skin to them.
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about skinning it. Well, I myself have not really looked into buying foldable homes. No, but and I don't. To tell you the truth, single guy coming to Thailand. I don't know if you're single or not, but me, single guy coming to Thailand. I'm not going to buy anything. Maybe if I got a bunch of money, maybe I buy a condo or something. But if I wasn't, I would just, I can get a overlooking the ocean, beautiful 1 bedroom condo for $500 a month. So I wouldn't even bother unless it got up to a point, to where it was more reason. I don't know that it made more sense to me. I wouldn't even bother. But me, my wife had the land. She got the loan. We built the house. It made sense. Um, Now all I got to do is pay it off, and then that would be an awesome thing. But again, you look at my house. Granted, short of the property, but um, under 100,000 US dollars to build this place. Uh, I mean, it's awesome. You know. What am I saying here? Mark said. One thing is great about foldable homes is that when you want to place it, something happens, you can take. Yeah, that's true. And I was thinking about now, even looking at this thing, something like this to get started in Ubon, because once I build a slab, set something like that down, build the bathroom, make it a nice little 1 room deal that we could go in, get air conditioning, sit down, maybe even sleep there. I don't know, but that's something that you could just add on to Thai style, you know, block, concrete slab, just match the roof and and build whatever you want, on the asset and the back end, whatever you wanted to do. Um, and that got me thinking because, like I said, $4,000, and of course you got to put a slab and do all that kind of crap, but still, I mean, I don't know, ridiculously cheap. But I still want to do if we don't grow weed out there and get, I would put in the stuff I want to put in. If it doesn't go that way, I still want to do the pond with the tilapia for the family to eat. So something similar to what Craig's doing. He put a bunch of fish in there. He showed him feeding them in his last video. I don't know how big are they. Craig's still around. He's probably working in his yard. Um,
Yeah, just be careful emulating anything Craig does.
yeah, don't use power tools. Dave, the structure you showed. No, I don't know if it was or not. I don't know where my wife got that one. It was off of Facebook. Lasada does have a bunch of them. And what's really weird is say, delivery and all that kind of stuff was nothing, 100 baht or something. So I don't know if that means, well, we were just kidding, it's going to cost you a fortune to get it moved. But this one here, I haven't talked to them. I'll keep people advised on it, but it's perfect. It's going to fit right there, absolutely perfect. We've got the top, and when you think about it, that's what basically 150 square feet. Upstairs, it's going to be that's huge for me on my property. That's like that whole section. I get to use the second story of it, so I can put my barbecue. I can put a built-in sink. I can put a little refrigerator, run water up there, run electricity up there. I mean, I could make it real comfortable. We'll put those spray sprinklers around there to get you. Although I don't know how they work too good, and they don't work in high humidity. You don't get any water evaporation when the saturation levels at 80. You're at 80% humidity. So, but it still gets you wet. Little breeze, it'll be fine. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. I have to talk to my wife more about it and get a hold of this guy or gal, whoever owns the company, and see what it's going to take to get it here. And then all I've got to do, if I know that we're going to get it for sure, give them half the money to get it built, and then whatever, pay probably the other half when they set it. Uh, um, I can go ahead and move the koi pond now, and I mean like next weekend. I want to move it as soon as I can, especially I've got that other filter coming, and it's going to be temporarily on that pond, but I'd like to get it up and maturing, so that I got more mature filter media, because I don't have to go through any new pond syndrome or any of that stuff. Once I figure out exactly what I'm going to do, and if anybody has any bright ideas of what they have here to seal that concrete, short of doing it the Philippine and Thai way with the bamboo and leaving it just concrete, like a pool paint that's safe for fish or whatever, please let me know, because I'd rather do that and not have to worry about it. Because, like I said, the lime in it, if it is it going to get rid of all that, or am I going to have, a pH of 9 all the time? I don't dig 9, so I got to figure that out. There's a lot of stuff I got to check into. I could have it fiberglass. Who knows? Here in Thailand, it might be so cheap to have it fiberglassed. I might check into that too. I'm sure they, when you're only paying them, 25, $30 a day, and materials. I mean, it might be worth it to just have somebody come in and fiberglass the whole damn thing. But I got to find out where a fiberglass person is. I don't know where
There
they are.
must there must be a concrete ceiling paint,
There's a
waterproofing paint around.
there's a couple of guys that are Thai on YouTube, that I might send some messages to and ask them, what do you seal your pond with? Where can I get it? That kind of thing, and see what they say. But I'm also the best way to do it is fiberglass, and it's the most expensive way also. So I I like I said, if I have to buy the fiberglass and just have, it might be worth it to do. Then it'll probably last. Not even probably, it'll last. I'll be dead and gone. Thing will still be there 150 years from now. So we'll see. What did I miss here? I didn't miss much. You guys aren't talking much.
No, they're listening.
Oh, they are. Jay goes off. I think it was off. Yeah, it was off of Facebook, and I can find out if you're interested in that stuff. Jake, I'll let you know what where it comes from. But I think she has the Facebook, in her phone or whatever. She sent it to me. I think I have it too. Obviously,
There's a stack of shipping container homes in Thailand.
is there?
Yeah, you just do a search on Facebook and you find a whole bunch.
Mark's saying
It's
they're earthquake and hurricane proof, which a container I would imagine would be. Take a lot to pick up a container.
and
Storage containers. Dig a hole and bury it. Is that to protect ourselves, Internet Monster?
yeah,
the from the bombs, the big one. Uh, That's what I told you. That's when I stopped smoking weed, when we went over and smoked a ounce of weed, rolling joints in a bomb shelter we found by accident in a field. And the bomb shelter was maybe, shit, it was small, 10 feet wide by, I mean, 10 feet long by maybe 6 feet wide. And we sat down there and rolled that whole thing. And the smoke was so thick, I didn't see it until it got right here. And then I would go up and grab it from them, and we pass it back and forth. I went across the main street on my hands and knees, and I was, well, I don't know, a 5 minute walk from home. Well, it took me 3.5 hours to get home. So my mom's house, and then try to explain it to my mom. What's the matter with you? Oh, I'm just sick. My poor mother. She got it bad. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Um, I'm back. Entering the alternative houses and stuff. Yeah, I can find out exactly if you want to, but in that price range, I would say you can get something. I know some of the stuff that I seen was really, really nice, and I'm talking 2 bedrooms, the whole thing for 500,000. So depending on what you wanted to do, you can get, and they've got them right on Lasada that are that big and in that price range. That's a little bit more than I want to spend. So I didn't, I didn't pursue that way. Although maybe thinking about it, maybe I should for udon. Depending on how much is going to get, how much is going to cost to build straight up from there. Maybe a 2 bedroom might be a way to go. Uh, See, Mark King, you won't convince me that it's hurricane proof. Wind resistance, okay, but hurricanes bring not just wind, but storm surges. Yeah, it might float, Gator. I don't know. It
The
might float if it's sealed.
the mining community in Australia uses containerized living quarters, and they are by definition cyclone proof. They are they'll take the blast, but they are anchored to the ground. They're not just plonked on the ground; they're anchored.
Well, if there was a surge and it went over the top of it, as long as it was sealed, they'd have unless they had an air scrubber of some sort. But I don't know. When that stuff comes in, doesn't it recede fairly quick? I don't know. I know they had that horrible one tsunami in Kamala or that area. They did that movie on it. I didn't even know that. I'd already seen that movie and didn't even dawn on me that it was Thailand until after I came to Thailand.
Oh yeah,
They put 3 of those tiny homes on their land and some hippies and grow weed. Yeah, there you go. I mean, when you really think about it too, I mean, it's probably cheaper, way cheaper to build a little square hut on there if you were going to put rooms or whatever to rent. I'm talking about a Thai person. It wouldn't be. I just like instant gratification. I mean, one day I'm going to be sitting there, and there's nothing there. The next day, that's why I was always into sod when I was building my house or redoing a house that I lived in. Instant gratification, man. Dirt, and the next morning when you wake up, sprinklers are popping and green grass is growing, and uh, I like that instant gratification. But usually, you have to pay for it.
yeah. Well, you can have the container house being built, and you put the concrete slab in to bolt them to, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
roll up, swing them onto site, connect them up to facilities, and lay the grass. You're done.
yeah, yeah. That's it, Dave. Put 3 of those. Oh, that's what he said. The lines of hippies. Yeah, Grace. Yeah, I mean, it. If you had family, like if we had a big thing, I think it would definitely be an option to me. The only way it wouldn't be is because my wife would say, we could get a foundation put down and these 3 guys could build this house for, $10. Okay. So the labor rate is so cheap. It's hard to, like, we could probably build this thing for under that, but I don't want to be bothered because that would be the cousin that would be building it. Unless he's going to give me 100%, I don't want to be frustrated. I want the instant gratification. But the maybe it would cost more than that. It probably would, and I'm still going to have to put in, the bathroom, air conditioning, furnish it, that kind of stuff. So it's still going to cost. But I like the idea of, instead of spending 250, which I don't have right at the second to spend on the house, um, that I could give a chunk now, and then when they deliver it, and then do the bathroom and pay that cash, and do the rooftop and pay that cash, and break it up into months. So, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. Although I do have to put in the septic right away. I'd have to put that in back there. You have to be the first one of the or the first thing to go in. Although it can all be put in afterwards. It's gonna go anyway. But it needs to be done, so it would all be so rooms to go, rooms to go take a new meeting. Yeah, and a lot of people they're more so like with Craig, the knockdown stuff with the wood is cheaper, I believe. And I don't know what he spent. I think he spent, I want to say a million or something for the big one that he has, the house he lives in. But those are reasonable, I think. Maybe if he's still here, he'll come on and tell us. Well, the person I know lived in the Philippines who had his, and those really big earthquakes and hurricanes hit the Philippines last year and this year, and nothing happened to his foldable home. Yeah, I would imagine if they build them right, and they're secured down to the slab, unless you were in a tsunami, which nothing's going to survive in the tsunami. I mean, you're going to water over your head, and it's pretty much done. But if it's just hurricane winds and rain and stuff like that, if they built them right, I think it would be fine. A container home, as long as it's secure to the ground, I don't see how it would go anywhere. Uh, and obviously, if the Australians are using it for housing for military or whatever, um, they I would believe them. I guess is what I'm saying. And the earthquake in the Philippines, and those are 7.0 and higher. And yeah, I mean, we had crackerbox houses in Reseda when we got hit with the seven, and destroyed a lot of homes. And we thought, you think that the U.S., because they have all their inspectors and inspections and all that, it's still get earthquakes and stuff. Forget it. Oop. I'm skeptical, but if you can post a link, the product, I would like to check it out. Cool. Um, there's Jake's. What is that one for?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think you have
face.
to worry about typhoons in a container house in Thailand, Mark. In Gator, Jake. Just so long as it's
That's
anchored to the concrete, it's not going to blow away. It might
that's
be
when I
only
was in
thing in the
Costa
area.
Rica. Do they get hurricanes and shit through Thailand or no?
Yeah,
Because
they do get the occasional
they see
hurricane, typhoon.
when I was in Costa Rica, I never did realize they don't get them. The hurricanes don't hit them. They get a wind and stuff like that, but they don't get hurricanes. At least that's what they told me. uh,
In Australia, we get cyclones.
Cyclones. Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't. I've seen some
same thing.
nasty rains here, but nothing more than rain. That I've seen so far. You guys can't even see that microphone with my black shirt, can you? I can get. Oh, now you can. Um, is that the one that I was posting? It's good that I have the link for that now. I should go to it. Let's see. Let's go to it just from that phone. Man, it always wants me to log in. I don't understand that. But yeah, that's the type. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the name of it because I looked at it. I I something. I shit. Let me go over here and look at it. No, it's not on there. Figures. Um, let's see. Put, you got a bunch of them. This one here looks kind of cool too. 4x8x3 MOO2, 144,000. I wonder why. I wonder. I think it looks like this one has more glass, which might be kind of cool. Let me show you this one. Maybe. I don't know. Can I?
A lot of glass means a lot of heat getting in, unless you window tint it.
Let's see if this one can. Let me go to. I just noticed I was looking up her deal and saw this one. Looks like 10,000 baht more, but where is it? It's not it. Oh, you know why? Because when I shrunk it, it ended. Hold on. Okay, there it is. No. Is that it? I don't know if that's it or not. Can you guys see that?
Not yet. There it is.
Yeah. That one's same size, 4.8 by 3. And it must be because of all the glass.
Yeah,
Uh,
they've carved
uh,
out the side.
but I think I might like that better. It's not going to get direct sunlight. Very rare. There's going to be a wall on two sides of it. And maybe late afternoon. I'm trying to think when it will get over. That's cool. Kind of like that.
Or a 5.8 by 3 is 174. Hmm.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to get, but 5.8 won't fit. It's too big.
Ah,
Too big for my yard. There. Anyway, foldable houses are new to me. Incredible. I guess I need to get out more often. That's it, Randy. A lot of stuff like that. Like, I mean, if you had a um, well, I think actually Craig did that. He had his mother-in-law got sick. He bought another or got another um, wooden single bedroom, single room place that had moved on to that land there, and I think she's staying in there until she gets better or whatever, or maybe forever. I don't know. But if you had something like that for 150,000 for $4,000, even with the concrete slab and all that for 9,000, 10,000 US dollars for the bathroom and everything, you got a place, that's not, again, but somebody could live there, no problem. I know I could. In fact, I'm going to be. I'll be there most of the time. Thailand is older than very natural and human, including hazards, floods, tsunamis, storms, drought, landslides, forest fires, and epidemics. That's good to know. Uh,
yeah. They've only had one tsunami that I know about.
yeah, I think any place is kind of they, I don't know. They have those earthquakes. I'm waiting for that San Andreas to go off in California and watch part of that slip off into the ocean.
Go under
But
and sink underwater.
I don't know. Could the San Andreas is massive, man. And I lived right on it when I lived in Agua Dulce, outside of Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley where I grew up. It was the first house that me and this one bought on 5 acres, and the San Andreas ran right through the middle of it. And when they had that big giant earthquake, the reason we got such a good deal on the house was they had the earthquake and all the freeways that connected Palmdale, Lancaster, hour drive. People would buy out there because they could buy homes for $100,000 back then, and then they would commute for an hour and a half, 2 hours each way to LA to work. Insane. But when those overpasses went down, there's just the lower roads were just packed, and no one wanted anything even out past that. And we found the house that we had for almost 20 years, I guess. and it we bought it, and I suffered. She didn't work. I suffered a little bit for about a year. They offered them I forget, $100 million bonus if they finished those overpasses by a certain date. The builders back then, it might have even been more than that. I don't know, but it was an outrageous amount of money if they got them done. Yeah, when the freeways collapsed. Yeah, they were. It was something, man. To be there, I was there for both of them. Lucky me. I lived on a
And
big giant rock for the second one, and we jumped around, but it didn't move much. And I was lucky. All the water line busted out and see me. Electricity was gone. I had a motor home parked in the driveway, so I had a generator. I powered up my big giant satellite dish, and that morning watched the helicopters come up and film the valley and all the earthquake damage. And I had a pool, so I not water to drink, but I had water to flush the toilets and wash and clean dishes and that kind of stuff. Because it was a week or 10 days, I think, before we got anything back. Mm. I'm hoping I'm living somewhere other than Ventura County. Well, yeah, I bet, Randy. Yeah, in one of those full, yeah, yeah, come to Thailand. Be nice. Northridge Apartments. Yeah, I lived right on the corner of, yeah, well, you know the area of Tampa and Roscoe, and it was really weird because the houses that were facing north and south, and the houses that were facing east and west, one of them, I don't remember which one, just took all the damage. Walls went down, foundations cracked, everything, and some of the other ones, nothing. So it was really weird. The way you were facing when that thing went through was how much damage you got.
7 weeks for me, Jake.
It was only 20. His was only 26 feet long. I think he said you can get them in longer sizes. Yeah, I don't know what is five. What is 5 meters? 6 meters is what? I don't know. But yeah,
6 meters is about 20 feet.
yeah. The way that it seems like at least in the ones that I'm looking at, the bigger ones they kind of piece together. In other words, they'll build the center section that is maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 meters, no, probably 6 meters by 3 meters, and then they put two sides on that are maybe 3 meters by 5 meters, and then tie it all together, and you got a two-bedroom with a kitchen and blah blah blah. So they just kind of put them together. Okay, I'm serious. If you have the link to the product, or you get, so I think Jake is wants to possibly buy one or something. Randy, unfortunately, my wife cubed out every square inch of her bag for family goodies. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even ask
I
anybody
know
anymore.
that one.
When I go back, I'm guessing it's going to be January. Is I'll have a whole two suitcases full of crap because I just take my carry on and maybe if I have the suitcases, I'll put if they're both big giant ones, then I'll have to carry. I'll probably take one and then buy one when I get to the state. I'll take it empty. But what I'll probably do, the easiest way, take my carry on and my backpack and uh, and go there and then buy two suitcases, big suitcases, spend 150, $200, and then load them up full of my spices and everything that I want and chocolate candy. And I found the perfect way. I don't know. It probably stays cold maybe in the belly of those planes, but I froze everything. And then right before I went to the airport, I shoved it in the one suitcase. And when I got it home, 30 hours later, it was still good. Wasn't frozen anymore, but wasn't melted. And the kids went crazy at it. All sorts
Wrap
of
it in
Hershey
newspaper and bubble wrap, Dave.
newspaper and bubble wrap to insulate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That'll
it
insulate
was
it.
it worked okay, but a lot of stuff there that, like, when I go, my wife has had sent to my mom's house 4 or 5 purses that she bought, like, off of eBay in the States, or 8 purses, Louis Vuitton or whatever the hell the name is. Anyway, and I've got to bring those back with me. They've been sitting there for 2.5 years. She's
Yeah.
my better 85%. Yeah, that's right. Jake's got it
Just
right.
don't do
I'm the
what I
same.
saw one guy do, Dave. He and his family were heading back to, I don't know which country, but you had 5 people, so 30 kilos a person. It's 150 kilos. He found a shop in Phuket that had a giant sized suitcase. The suitcase weighed 100 kilos,
The
and he was
suit, the
trying to get
suitcase.
that on, and
Yeah, the
he wouldn't.
suitcase that I buy are the ones, those real light ones. I don't buy
Yeah.
the big. But and 2 of them was plenty. I filled when I went to Costa Rica. I took a bunch of stuff that I told you I told before, that I was helping some people there open a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, inside a bar, and I
Mm.
brought everything from Costco, and everything in that bag was all the way full to whatever it is. How much can you have? 20 kilos or whatever it was supposed to be.
Depends,
Um,
20 to 30.
yeah, I had it maxed out, and on the big spice bottles of chili and salt, pepper, and garlic, and whatever I had, and I took that and didn't have any problem with that. The suitcase was nice and light, and took all there. They didn't question me on bringing it in either. Um,
Yeah.
they said
This idiot couldn't get his head around the fact that somebody had to lift the suitcase, and that the 30 kilos is the max lift for a person. He said, but 5 people, 30 kilos each, one bag. No, cannot.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be that could hurt somebody. They won't do that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mark's gonna try to get that for you. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the way to go. I like the way it looked. If unless they come back and say, "Oh yeah, okay," and the delivery from where we are to Surin is 200,000 baht, then we won't be doing that. But if they're reasonable, and we could get it done, we'll probably do it. I have to talk to my wife, but I know she's game for it. She was the one that kind of picked that out, and I said I like it. So now I don't know which one, the one with all the glass or not, but because you got to realize that the koi pond is going to be a meter above and a little bit over a meter below the ground. So it's going to it's going to impede. You're going to be looking. You should be able to standing up. You should be able to still see in the pond. So the backyard is going to be tight. That's for sure. Hmm, maybe I ordered some oyster shells. Maybe they're here. No, not yet. Huh, they did pack my 3-stage filter for the pond. They already packed it. Sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're slow as molasses at Lasada. But for the most part, they're pretty quick. When I travel to Thailand, I plan on packing minimal clothes, etc., and buying when I get there. Yeah, I especially when I'm going back, and like I said, my original plan, regardless what happened to me, that never changed. I'll be going back because I went back every 3 months when I had the tourist visa, and then and I told you that before. I'm in LA, go in the morning, drop it off, pick it up at 3 o'clock, and I have my new visa. But this time, I think it's going to be every 4 months and 2 weeks. I think first time that when I go back, it'll probably be 3 weeks. I got some other stuff I want to do, but for the regular, that was it. Every 4 months, I go back, see my grandkids, see my kids, see my friends, see my mom, family, and come back. So That hasn't changed. Hey, Dave, I'm going to step out for a bit. He's all right, Aaron. Thanks. So I'm gonna end it pretty soon anyway. It's almost coming up on 2.5 hours. I know I've got to do some stuff, but I'm probably gonna end it here pretty quickly. If not like right now, maybe. Yeah, because I'm gonna go figure out, check on. Although I haven't heard the dog, check on the dog and then call my wife and talk to her for a minute. So let me get over to the Richard Travel Supply outro, and you already seen the Richard Travel Richard's intro. You're the best, man. And hi to Richard's mom if you guys are still hanging. And I will catch everybody on the next one. Thanks, everybody. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe if you're watching. I know that a lot of this stuff is free. You don't have to pay anything. I know I didn't know that when I did it, but if you would, it would be great. If not, that's okay too. You can still watch anytime you want. I'll catch you guys on the. See you.
Be good if you can. Hi, Richard's mum.